Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new around here, hi, I'm Mackenzie. Today's video is going to be super fun because we are going to recap my entire Disney World trip plans for my upcoming trip this December, and I could not be more excited. I did one of these videos for my last trip and I thought it was so fun because I feel like people do Disney very differently. So I like sharing how I do Disney. I like watching how other people do Disney because there's so many different ways to do it. Hopefully this will give you a couple ideas for your next trip. I do want to put a little disclaimer before I get into this. Disney World trip plans are the ideal, perfect case scenario plans. I think it's important that when you're planning a trip to Disney to remember to be flexible. Rides can break down, buses can break down, storms can come, and that can change your plans. But just remember that you're at Disney World and there's so many things you can do to make the most of your trip. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my trip plans. So a little bit of background about this trip if you don't already know. My sister and I are heading to Disney World for 3 nights and 4 days to celebrate her 23rd birthday and just the Christmas season. I love doing like a sister girls trip. I think it's gonna be so much fun, especially because Madison and I, my sister, do Disney very similarly. So I think it's gonna be a really casual trip, a really fun trip. We're gonna eat lots of food. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna start with like our pre-travel day. We're not really doing anything super exciting, but just a few things I want to touch on. The plan has always been that my sister is gonna drive to where my husband and I live now, and then on travel day I would drive us to the airport since I live a lot closer. However, my parents could not pass up on an opportunity to come visit my husband and I, so they are now driving my sister here the day before we leave, and we're just gonna make a whole day out of it. I think we're gonna go to dinner, we're gonna go shopping. They've been to our city, our new city before, but they haven't really all been together, so I think it's gonna be really fun just to spend some family time with Bryce and my family, especially with the holidays coming up. I think it's just gonna be really fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. I know it's not really part of the Disney World plans, but the night before is always so exciting before a Disney World trip, so I just had to mention it. So now we're gonna move on to travel day. Travel day is probably one of my favorite days of the Disney World trip, even though we're only at Disney for like half the day. It's just that you've been building up your trip with these countdowns and all this anticipation, and travel day means it's finally here. So I cannot wait for our travel day. It is coming up so soon, and I think it's gonna be a really fun one. So to start our travel day, we do have an earlier morning. Our flight is about like 7 or 8 a.m., which wasn't the earliest flight, but we do have a little bit of a drive, which is why I kind of picked the second flight. I didn't want to get up super early because we're gonna have a long night. You'll see why later. But we have a really early drive in the morning, so the plan is just wake up, have everything packed the night before, load it all in the car, and then just head to the airport, which can't wait. So when we get to the airport, we do have a direct flight to Orlando, which I think is the best thing ever. A lot of times we do fly and have a connecting flight, but there's something so nice about knowing that we're not gonna have to change planes. We're just gonna stay on one flight. We'll get on the plane and we'll get off in Orlando, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm very happy that this trip worked out that way. So when we arrive at MCO, which is the Orlando airport if you don't know, we are going to actually get an Uber to our Disney World hotel. Now let me just talk about this for a second because we have used Mirrors Connect so many times in the past. If you don't know what Mirrors Connect is, it is essentially a bus service that takes you from the Orlando airport to your Disney World hotel. While I love the Mirrors Connect, I think it's a super safe way to travel. I think it's a super fun way to travel, but it does take a long time to get to your resort sometimes. This is because you're usually waiting to get other people onto the bus with you, and then you have to make multiple stops at the different hotels before you even get to your stop. And for some reason, it's always, our stop is the last stop. So I think last trip, it took us 2 hours to get from the Orlando airport to the Contemporary where we were staying last time. And with this being a shorter trip, Madison and I just kind of decided that we don't want to waste any of those precious moments. So we are going to Uber, and I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be cool to show you guys kind of how Uber works from the Orlando airport. I've used Uber a ton of times before. I have always had a really pleasant experience. So hoping that this trip to our hotel is the same, but of course I will show you guys in the vlogs and kind of let you guys know exactly how much time we do save. I'm hoping that we get an extra like 30-45 minutes at the hotel because we take Uber, and that would be amazing, especially on a longer weekend trip. So our Uber will be taking us to Pop Century, which I'm so excited about. You guys know that I absolutely adore the Pop Century Hotel at Disney World. It is a value resort, which makes no sense to me because it is amazing resort. The reason we really chose this resort is because of the access to the Skyliner. We are gonna do a majority of Skyliner parks this trip, so it just kind of made sense for us to have the Skyliner there to get to our parks that we were going to. Also, it's just so much fun. It's a great deal, and we cannot wait to get back to Pop Century. I am just so excited to be back there. So once we get to Pop Century, the plan is to go to the front desk and just see if our room is available. I'm really hoping that we can get a room ready that's near the Skyliner. That's kind of my goal. So I'm gonna go up to the front desk and just kind of ask in person. There is a way to request like rooms on the My Disney Experience app. However, there's no like close to the Skyliner option, so that's why I have to ask in person. If our room is ready, we will head to the room, unpack, get settled in. We're gonna need lunch because I don't know that we've eaten at all today besides breakfast. Our plan for lunch is kind of just up in the air. We're thinking about going to the Riviera since it's on the Skyliner route. Depending on how much time we have, we might head to Disney Springs and try Chicken Guy or one of their quick service restaurants, maybe Blaze Pizza. I don't know, that's really just kind of depending on the time that we have. And then after lunch, we will head back to the Pop Century, and that will kind of end our travel day. The day is not over yet though, because we are moving in to day one, which is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So this is all on the same day. This is what I meant earlier, why it's gonna be a really long day, but we like to break it up. Like travel day is separate than the Very Merry Christmas Party. Two different experiences, but we're experiencing them all in one day. All right, so for the Very Merry Christmas Party, just to kind of recap, we don't have any park tickets for this day. We only have tickets to the Very Merry Christmas Party. Now the party technically starts at Magic Kingdom at 7 p.m. However, with your party ticket, you can get into the park at 4 p.m. And that is what we will be doing because this is the only day we're gonna be able to go to Magic Kingdom. So we wanna maximize all of our party time that we can. So we will be getting there at 4 p.m. As far as those couple hours before 7 p.m. when the party starts, you don't have access to the party perks, I would say. So you're just kind of a normal park guest from 4 to 7. As the crowds kind of filter out, you can ride rides, you can walk around, and that's what we'll be doing. Maybe we'll get on the People Mover. That would be so fun. I cannot wait to see the Christmas decorations at Magic Kingdom. Castle, Main Street, we're just gonna be taking that in. And then as far as dinner goes, we're not sitting down at a table service restaurant at Magic Kingdom. One, because I don't really like any of the table service restaurants there. Madison and I have tried several of them and we're just not a huge fan. And two, because I feel like it would waste a lot of our party time if we go and sit down and spend 2 hours eating at a restaurant. Like even if we went at 5, we would miss like 2 great hours of park time before the party started. So we're gonna do quick service, so maybe we'll pop into Casey's Corner. There's a lot of like fun snacks at the Christmas party we'll have to offer. There's also free cookies at the Christmas party, so we'll snack on those. I think dinner will be fine. It's just gonna be a little bit more of a free-for-all, just kind of whatever we're feeling at the Christmas party, which I think will be great. We absolutely will be doing a Tron individual lightning lane. I'll book it that morning when we're like in the airport, and I'll get it for like a later time in the afternoon. That's the thing about individual lightning lanes that's nice, is you can pick what time you want to return. If we did the virtual queue, they could probably call it before we even got to the park. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the individual lightning lane. And then for party nights and just like deluxe evening hour nights, they offer an extra virtual queue other than like the 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. one. I think it's at 6 p.m. So if you're a party guest, you can try to go for the 6 p.m. virtual queue. We did this at deluxe evening hours in Epcot last trip for Guardians, and it worked out great. So we're gonna do that. So hopefully we can get on Tron twice in one day, which would be amazing because I absolutely love Tron. We're not gonna be doing like normal Genie Plus this day, I don't think. The wait times for rides during a party day are usually a lot lower, and during the party they're a lot lower, just because there's so much more around the park you can do, like meeting characters, parades, fireworks, things like that. So we're gonna try it without it. I think we'll be able to get everything we want to get done. They do have special Christmas fireworks and parades, so we definitely will be watching the fireworks. And then they do 2 showings of the parade. I think once before the fireworks and once after. We usually do fireworks, then the later parade, because a lot of people leave after the fireworks, so the second parade is always like way less crowded. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna soak up Main Street, shop around, walk around, look at all the Christmas decorations. I cannot wait to get to Magic Kingdom. I feel like it's such a Christmassy park during the holidays that it's gonna just bring us so much joy and really kick off our little Christmas trip right. So that is day 1. So now moving on to day 2, which is an Epcot day. I don't know if I said this, but we're not park hopping at all. We're doing like 1 park per day, which is gonna be really different for us, but I think it'll be great. So the plan is to rope drop in Epcot, which I was thinking about it when I was like writing down our plans. I don't think we've ever rope dropped in Epcot. I don't know why we haven't done it. I think it's just because we rope drop either Hollywood or Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom, and Epcot tends to be like our sleep-in day. However, we are rope dropping this trip because we're only here for 3 park days. What we will rope drop? I don't know. We might rope drop Remy's just because we will be coming in on the Skyliner, and when you enter Epcot from the Skyliner, you come in at the back of Epcot by France Pavilion, which is where Remy's is. Might be easiest to do that. However, we could also rope drop like Test Track, which I think would be good too. So we'll just kind of have to see, depending on what mood we're in. If we're feeling like Remy's or feeling like Test Track, Soarin', we'll see, and we'll rope drop whatever we're feeling. We're probably not gonna do Genie Plus this day. Epcot doesn't have that many Genie Plus rides available. A lot of times the wait times get low enough for like Soarin', and Test Track you can do single rider if you wanted to, so probably won't do Genie Plus. It is gonna be a weekend day, so just kind of depending on the weekend crowds, we might have to change that plan, but for now, no Genie Plus. But we will be getting an individual lightning lane and trying for the virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy. That way we can ride it twice. That's just kind of our goal. Remember, these are like the ideal perfect trip plans. Doesn't mean they're necessarily gonna work out, but this is what we hope works out. So something else I'm looking forward to for our Epcot day, Soarin', if you guys know, is my favorite ride in all of Disney. It's not the best ride, Guardians is the best ride, but it is my favorite, just like nostalgic reasons. I love Soarin'. And for the Disney 100th anniversary celebration, they changed Soarin' to Soarin' Around California, which I have ridden before and I absolutely love it. I love Soarin' over California, so I'm really excited to go ride Soarin' and get to experience it in a little different way. So that's gonna be really fun. I have that like on my list of like must do. We have got to get on Soarin' while we're there. And then as far as lunch goes for this day, really again, no concrete plans. We have that maybe we'll try Regal Eagle. I've heard that that's really good and we just want to check that out. We also have Festival of the Holidays, which is a festival going on around Epcot during this time, so they have all the different food booths and we might have to snack around those too, so maybe do a mixture of both, maybe a smaller lunch at Regal Eagle and then snack around throughout the day. After lunch, I'm betting we will do a midday break just because we had such a long night the night before. This will kind of be a way to head back to the room, rest, recuperate a little bit, and then head back to Epcot kind of like after the lunch crowds and everything settle down. When we head back for dinner, Madison got to pick all of our dining reservations since it's her birthday trip, and she chose a great pick. She picked Garden Grill. We've eaten here a lot in the past, but we haven't been in like 2 or 3 trips, so it's been a while, but we love Garden Grill. It is in the Land Pavilion at Epcot, which is like the most beautiful pavilion already. They have huge like feast platters that they bring out with all different types of food. It's so delicious, and they have characters. So you get to meet Mickey, Pluto, Chip and Dale, I believe. And Chip and Dale are like some of my favorite characters to interact with, so I'm excited for that. And then also you get great views of Living with the Land, which is another amazing ride, especially during Christmas. I forgot about that. I cannot wait to ride the Christmas Living with the Land. That is so exciting. Wow, this is gonna be so much fun. After dinner, we'll probably just hang out, walk around. Our goal really for our Epcot day is to not become part of the crowd. We really wanna just like leisurely walk around. Epcot can get super crowded, especially on the weekends, especially at night. So we're really just gonna go in with like very low expectations of what we can get done. We're not expecting to do everything. We know we're only there for one day. So we just wanna walk around and really enjoy the park instead of like running to everything, trying to get everything done. Just take our time, take it slow, and enjoy Epcot. Don't think we'll stay for the fireworks. I think we'll probably head back on the Skyliner, call it an early night, and get ready for day 3. So day 3 is Hollywood. I love Hollywood Studios. I think it is my favorite park, so I'm very excited to head to Hollywood. Since we're going for such a short time, we really do want to maximize park entry, park exit. Like, you want to maximize all that time, so we're rope dropping. But we have a really good rope drop strategy for Hollywood that has worked for us every time we go. So when we go, we usually rope drop either Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster. Probably Rock and Roller Coaster, because we tend to prefer that a little bit more early in the morning. So we'll do Rock and Roller Coaster for rope drop. Sometimes you can even do it twice, but if we just do it once, that's great. Then we head over to Toy Story Mania. Around this time, the park is opening to non-resort guests, so it's starting to get a little crowded, but most people are heading for Slinky Dog. So the Toy Story Mania line will say like it's a 45-minute wait. However, it's never a 45-minute wait that early. It's only like 10 to 15 minutes because a lot of people aren't running in the lightning lane yet. So Toy Story Mania, then sometimes we can squeeze in Millennium Falcon. I'm betting this day we're just gonna wanna like get some breakfast, get a Ronto wrap, walk around Galaxy's Edge before it's too crowded. I think that would be a great way to kind of start the day. We definitely will get Genie Plus here. There's so many more rides you can use for Genie Plus at Hollywood, especially Slinky Dog. I really want to try to do Slinky Dog at night. We've never done that before, so maybe we'll try to do that. And then we usually get a lightning lane for whichever one we don't do, either Rock and Roller Coaster or Tower of Terror. You have Mickey and Minnie, Star Tours. We will buy an individual lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance because Madison is a huge Star Wars fan, and it's like such an amazing ride. Like, it's definitely worth the individual lightning lane for that one, because the ride's like 10 to 15 minutes long, like throughout the whole experience. So definitely worth it on that one. Lunch is kind of up in the air again. We do have a place that we love at Hollywood Studios for quick service. It's called ABC Commissary. However, maybe this trip we'll try Woody's Lunchbox again. We really liked it when we tried it before. However, there's no like indoor seating at Woody's Lunchbox, so you do have to try to like snag a seat outside, and it's just been too hot for us to do that. So maybe this trip, since it's December, it'll be a little cooler, still not completely cool, but like maybe not 90, maybe just 70 degrees, and we can get a seat for Woody's Lunchbox. So we'll kind of see, we'll play it by ear. I think we will take a break this day to pack, because we're gonna be leaving the next day, which is so sad. That way we don't have to spend our next morning packing. We can get a little bit done today, and then we will head back to the park. I really just kind of want to enjoy Sunset Boulevard at night. They have the projection on the Tower of Terror during the Christmas time that is so cute, and just all of the Hollywood Studios decorations are very like vintage, old school Christmas, and they bring me so much joy. So I really want to take time just like soaking that in, getting some fun pictures and videos. And then Madison picked dinner. Great choice, Madison, yet again. She picked Sci-Fi Dine-In for dinner this day. If you don't know what Sci-Fi Dine-In is, I don't want to ruin it by showing you pictures, but it's basically like a drive-in movie theater theme indoors. You really do go to this restaurant for the ambiance, for the experience. The food is really good too. It's not going to be like top tier Disney food, but it's definitely not bad by any means either. I love the Orbiting Oreos spiked milkshake. Can't even taste the alcohol in it. It is just like a Oreo milkshake, and apparently there's some type of liquor in there. And then I love the fried pickles. I love everything I have there. It's so good, and the vibes are so good, especially because you kind of sit in a little old-timey car, so you're sitting next to your person, so I feel like you can hear me and Madison will be able to chat. It's nice dim lighting. We'll be able to relax a little bit. I'm so looking forward to that dining reservation. And then after, I think we just want to kind of spend some time on Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard. Disney Hollywood Studios has great shopping, so we definitely will be checking all the shopping there out and just taking it all in. Again, this is a really big trip of just really trying to soak in all the Christmas decorations, soak in just walking around, looking at things, not necessarily doing every single ride we can, just really taking in all the experiences that we can. We'll do that, and then we'll head back to the hotel. And that'll bring us to our final day, which is day 4. All right, so day 4, we're not in a rush to wake up. We're not going to a park this day. Really just gonna pack up our stuff, bring it to the front of the resort, which is a great thing about Disney World. If you don't know, if your room's not ready or you're checking out and you want to head to the park, you can leave them with bell service, and they will protect your bags for the day while you're at the parks. We're gonna drop our bags off, and then we are gonna rope drop. But we're gonna rope drop Gideon's Bakehouse at Disney Springs to get my husband his Gideon's cookies, and to get me and Madison our Gideon's cookies, but really for my husband, because if I come home empty-handed, he'll be so disappointed, because those are his favorite cookies in the world. So we're heading to Disney Springs, going to Gideon's. If you get in line early, you usually only wait like 15 to 20 minutes, so we will rope drop that. Then we're just gonna shop around Disney Springs. There's so much shopping there, just like Disney shopping and normal shopping, so maybe I'll get a little bit of Christmas shopping done. Christmas shopping at Disney, I mean, there's nothing better than that, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then for lunch, we finally got a homecoming reservation. So if you don't know, Chef Art Smith's Homecoming is a restaurant at Disney Springs that is extremely popular. My husband and I have eaten there before for dinner, and we were a little underwhelmed. It was so much hype, and we were so excited, and we just felt like it wasn't what we were expecting it to be. But I've heard it's way better at lunch and brunch time, so we are going for lunch. So I'm really excited to try that. I'm really hoping we have a better experience here. Be sure to watch the vlogs, because I cannot wait to show you guys kind of our meal that we get there and what we think of it. We're giving it another shot. I normally don't do this. I usually am like one and done, but we're giving it another shot, and hopefully we really love it, because that would be amazing. So then after lunch, we want to spend some time in like the Disney Christmas store. My mom loves that store, so maybe we'll find something for her there just for Christmas, or something to put on our tree back home. I think that would be really fun just to like commemorate our trip, so we'll go there. And then after that, we're heading back to Pop Century, pick up our bags, get an Uber, and head back to the Orlando airport. So that is our Disney World trip plans. I'm so excited about this trip. We have so many fun things packed into this long weekend. I'm gonna get to meet new friends, try new restaurants, just really experience all the Christmas offerings at Disney World. And Disney World is my favorite place in the world, but my favorite time to go is this time of the year, the Christmas season. So getting to experience that with my sister, have a little girls trip, I think it's gonna be so much fun. I cannot wait to share these vlogs with you guys. I think they're gonna be so much fun. I've already kind of been prepping them and just like having ideas, and I think it's gonna be such a fun trip. So be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss all of the Disney World trip content coming so soon. Like single digits coming soon. Like next week, you might get a pack and prep with me. Get excited, because I'm so excited. These are my favorite videos to do, favorite videos to edit, and I cannot wait to get back home to Disney World. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you real soon. Bye!